Hi everyone, my name's William Happy. I'm one of the staff reps here with UESF.
Beatriz Montenegro, staff rep with UESF. Hello everybody.
Today we're going to be walking you through a step-by-step process on how to fill out a grievance. And a grievance is a contractually protected legal action that we have against the district when your contract is violated. We are well aware that there's been a significant amount of violations, specifically against payroll and benefits because of Empower. And the purpose of this meeting here today, or this video, is to give you all the tools to file your own grievances. And part of the reason we're also doing that is in order to prepare for a potential future legal action. Having records of hundreds of grievances is going to help support that action. And we want to be able to give you all the agency to push back against Empower instead of just filing tickets and having to wait for them. So I'm going to go through the steps of how many grievances there are, and then Beatrice is going to go through how to fill this out. And again, this can be applied to any contractual violation. However, our focus is going to be on violations related to Empower and related to benefits. So there's 3 steps to a grievance. Step 1 is a grievance against your principal. If your principal has violated a contract, we would file it at step 1. Step 2 is filed with labor relations, and step 3 is arbitration and mediation. Again, the focus here today is going to be on Empower-related issues. So those would all start at step 2, since the principal they were not the one who violated your contract. It was SFUSD by failing to give you your benefits on time, giving you incorrect pay, and all of the other various issues that have existed because of Empower. And I'm going to pass it to Beatrice to go through this sheet and the steps to fill out this document.
So this is a step 2 grievance notice for certificated. For classified, there is a different form. You will receive this video via your UBC, who will also include a toolkit. Within that toolkit, William and I are going to include all of the forms that you need in order to successfully file a step 2 grievance. So this is a step 2 grievance form for certificated folks. There needs to be a person who is a member named on the grievance, their first and last name. You need to include a date. You will be assigned the case number when you send the grievance over to us, so don't worry about that part. There needs to be the member's address, the work site phone number, the person's job title assignment. Here, our secretary will insert either William's name or my name, so don't worry about the signature part. Right here, can you scroll it down a little bit? Right here on 6A, the statement of the problem, it needs to be a concise statement. This can be no longer than 4 sentences, okay? If you put 5 sentences, you're pushing it, but be brief and short. We're going after their Empower system, so it's going to be something related to that. It's going to be about pay, benefits, 403B, anything else that has to do with Empower. So be very brief when you state the problem here. In contract article violated, you don't have to spell out the whole text of the contract. Simply put the number of the article that was violated. When the remedy desired also has to be very short, no more than 4 sentences. The remedy here is to fix what went wrong within the system, and that's it, okay?
And it's also really important that you include the timeline of events in 6A, the statement of problem. If you had been emailing with the district about the Empower issue and they didn't respond, include those dates in there. It makes it a lot easier on the back end to follow up on the information, so that's super important as well.
Yes, make sure you include what happened and when it happened. The contract does say that the grievances have to have a timeline and dates as to when these things happen. So make sure you put, in my June check, for example, I noticed I was missing this many hours. So put that on there in my June check.
And typically, a grievance has to be filed within 15 days of a violation. However, because these are pay-related issues, the timeline restarts every time you're not paid properly. So obviously you want to get these in as early as possible, but just know that that timeline that is listed in the contract would not apply here. Once you've completed this, there's going to be some information in the toolkit on how to submit it. Beatrice and myself are going to review it. And then next week, we're going to be putting out a part 2 to this video on what the step 2 meeting will look like with labor relations. So that's a little step-by-step on how to complete a grievance. We're going to include our information as well. So if you have any questions about this process, please feel free to reach out to us directly. We look forward to reading all these grievances and excited about this step for sure.
Yes, and be ready for a video on how to represent your colleagues in step 2 grievance.